I want to tell you how two hardworking couples plan for retirement. They're identical in almost all regards except the retirement planning strategies they followed. Hello, I'm Dr. Shelby Smith of the Retirement Pros. I invite you to open your mind, relax, and learn. There's no cost or obligation, but a better retirement could be the results. Assume the year is 2005. I want you to meet Marvin and Mary, a hardworking married couple. Marv is 62 and Mary 59, and they are empty nesters as their three children are grown and gone. Marv has set his retirement date as early 2009 when he'll be 66. Mary will then be 63 and plans to join Marvin in retirement. Both work and have 401ks they've contributed to over the years. They've also established an emergency fund at their bank just in case, and on the advice of their broker, they purchased other investments. The investment selections inside their 401ks were made years ago, and they've never really changed them. Their 401k has mostly been on automatic and has grown because of their payroll deductions and matching by their employer. They were concerned when the market nosedived in 2000 and 2002, but since the market recovered, they've not paid much attention to their 401k accounts. Combined, Marvin and Mary have $450,000 in their 401ks and plan to rely on that money when they retired in 2009. The money they invested was in an assortment of mutual funds that gave them diversification according to their broker. They've made monthly additions to take advantage of something their broker called dollar cost averaging. Also, they have purchased some common stocks of companies recommended by their brokers. The last monthly statement that Marvin and Mary received showed they had $140,000 in mutual funds and $75,000 in common stocks for a total of $215,000. At Mary's insistence, they had put aside $50,000 in a bank CD for emergency. Mary's sister had an unexpected medical problem that was expensive, and Mary simply wanted to make sure they could handle a similar surprise. All totaled, at the end of 2005, Marvin and Mary had $665,000 for retirement, plus the $50,000 bank CD for emergencies. They plan to continue contributing to their 401ks and adding to their brokerage accounts until they retire in early 2009. When Marvin and Mary stop working, both will get Social Security, and combined, they'll get about $3,000 a month. By then, their retirement account in 401ks and investments should conservatively be $775,000. With a 4% withdrawal rate from their retirement savings recommended by their broker, they'd get about $31,000 a year, which would increase every year by the amount of inflation. Their broker ran Monte Carlo simulations and determined their money had a high probability of giving them the retirement they planned. The $31,000 from investments and $36,000 in combined Social Security benefits would give them $67,000 a year in income. Since Marvin and Mary have no debt, the $67,000 income should be acceptable, plus they have the $50,000 in bank CDs for emergencies. It is now 2011, and Marv and Mary are still working. What happened? They had not anticipated a severe market crash between October of 2007 and March of 2009. Their 401k retirement money, mutual funds, and stocks shrank from over $700,000 in October of 2007 to $336 in early 2009 and has yet to fully recover. The market losses means the 4% withdrawal will no longer give them the $31,000, but less than $15,000. Also, cashing in investments now for income means they'll have a higher risk of running out of money in retirement. Their broker is sympathetic, but there is nothing he can do. He reassured them that their market investments were conservative, as their risk profile had indicated they should be. Marvin and Mary are worried the market will never get back to its last peak. They continue to work because they can't retire as planned on $50,000 in annual income and the real possibility the market may fall again. Marv and Mary are not sleeping well these days. The second couple, Dean and Edna, had an almost identical background in 2005 as Marvin and Mary. They too were empty nesters with their 3 kids now on their own. Being debt-free prompted Dean to declare he's retiring in early 2009 when he reaches 66. Edna plans to join Dean in retirement even though she'll only be 63. They'll start Social Security at retirement and will get about $36,000 a year combined, same as Marvin and Mary. Their 401k was doing just fine in 2005, and combined they had $450,000. Dean talked to his financial advisor about what to do in case the market melted down again as it had in 2000 and 2002. They decided that the best option was to put their 401k money in conservative investments since they could not withdraw it from the 401k until they retired or actually quit working. Dean chose the Stable Value Fund for his 401k money. This account paid him a minimum interest rate and had limited upside potential, but no downside loss in case the market went into a tailspin. Edna's 401k plan did not have a stable value account, but it did have an income account that held mostly top-rated bonds and also a money market fund that paid interest based on market rates and would not lose value. Edna divided her money equally between these 2 accounts. Dean and Edna decided to be safe rather than sorry and were determined to keep what they had rather than risk losing it. Their retirement could be realized on what they had, so why take risk with their retirement money? Dean and Edna also had $250,000 in a diversified portfolio of mutual funds and other market investments. Their financial advisor advised them to put that money in something that would not lose value if the market cratered. They chose a fixed index-linked annuity that paid interest linked to a market index, whereby they got some of the market gains but none of the market losses. When they purchased the annuity, they got a 10% bonus or $21,500 that was added to their benefits account, which could later be turned into a lifetime income. The worst they could do was the minimum interest rate guaranteed by the insurance company that issued the annuity, but they had the potential of doing much better than a bank CD or other safe money account. Also, the fixed index-linked annuity could be converted to a guaranteed lifetime income at Dean and Edna's option. They too had $50,000 in a bank CD for their rainy day money. When the market started falling in October 2007, Dean called his financial advisor to see how the annuity was holding up. His advisor told him they weren't making much money, but the good news was there were no losses. The 2007 year-end 401k statement showed that their money was not shrinking, but it wasn't growing much either. Dean and Edna concluded they were on track to retire as planned. In early 2009, Dean and Edna retired as planned. With the help of their financial advisor, each rolled their 401k money into a fixed index-linked annuity. Counting the bonuses and some earnings, they had a total of about $550,000 in 401ks they put in annuities. Each put their money in separate annuities since they could not combine their qualified retirement accounts. Dean's part was $300,000 and Edna's was $250,000, and each decided to convert to a guaranteed lifetime income. Their first annuity they purchased for $215,000 got a bonus of 2%, and the guaranteed interest rate of 7.2% for the last 4 years resulted in an income balance of $312,000. This money could be used to buy a joint life guaranteed lifetime income of $14,000 annually for as long as either lived. Dean and Edna will have an income of $77,500 for as long as they live. $36,000 from Social Security, $15,000 from Dean's 401k money, $12,000 from Edna's 401k money, and $14,000 from the joint annuity. If either dies prematurely, the unused portion of their annuity will pass to their named beneficiary. Plus, they have flexibility in case there is a change in their health, retirement needs, or other contingencies. Dean and Edna are able to travel, help the grandkids with their college expenses, and still have plenty of money left over to enjoy the retirement lifestyle they had planned. Marv and Mary, on the other hand, continue to work and keep their retirement money in the market in hopes the market fully recovers and they can soon retire. So here are the differences in these two couples. Marv and Mary elected to take risk in the market and lost. Dean and Edna played it safe and are now worry-free. Marvin and Mary were advised by a broker who only knew about market options. Dean and Edna got advice from a financial professional that knew all the options. Marvin and Mary can never get a guaranteed lifetime income from the market money they have. Dean and Edna will always have a guaranteed income as long as they live. This saga of two couples is common, and possibly some of you are following the Marvin and Mary strategy, and you might suffer the consequences. Dean and Edna did not follow the herd, but opted to avoid market risk with their retirement money. If you're concerned about your retirement, I encourage you to find a financial advisor that knows more than market options only. Most retirees follow the herd down Wall Street, not knowing they may be headed for the slaughterhouse. I hope you'll break away from the herd and follow the path that Dean and Edna chose, because while they're enjoying retirement, Marvin and Mary are still working. There you have it, the saga of two couples, identical in all respects except the strategy they use for their retirement money. I hope you'll have a good day, and I wish for all of you the very best of retirements.